Once upon a time, in the middle of the 19th century, there was a coffee farm in the south of Minas Gerais, where a very wealthy family used to live. This family had many slaves that worked in the coffee productions. Between them, there was a young woman called Maria. She worked at the big house with part of her family and a few other slaves, where she met Rubens, the older son of the lord of the mill, who seems like a nice person, so she was delighted since the first time she saw him. Every day she used to cook the meals, take care of the children, and clean the family's home, when suddenly Reuben starts paying attention to her. He had started to walk around the house looking for her, and with time she fell in love with him, not knowing that he was going to marry a young lady from Europe. The couple began to meet frequently, and Maria ended up getting pregnant. The lord of the mill and his wife noticed that her belly was growing and began to suspect that their older son would have something to do with that because he was going out almost every night without telling anyone where he was going. Not wanting to have more doubts, they questioned Rubens about the baby Maria was expecting, and he admitted that he was in love with her and that he wanted to have this baby with his beloved. The lord of the mill and his wife didn't accept that their son was in love with a slave, so they decided to bring Reuben's fiancée to the farm and hurry up their wedding. Besides, they didn't want a mixed-race child having any type of relation with their family, and neither a woman who could put their son's marriage at risk. Maria has been kidnapped, and no one knew who took her and where. Her body was found hurted and lifeless by the trees on the way to the big house. Her and her baby were gone, and for the other slaves, it was all the lord of the mill's fault. Reuben suffered for not having Maria, but he didn't search for her. With time, he forgot about her and started to form a family with a young lady from Europe that was now his wife. But in the slave house, Maria hasn't been forgotten. Every day, the slaves remember the young woman that was so good with everyone and all the evil that the lord of the mill's family had caused, while Reuben's happiness just grew with the arrival of his first son with his wife. Maria's family couldn't handle seeing their happiness after losing their beloved daughter. They wanted the same suffering for Reuben's. The day of the birth of Reuben's son had come. There were complications during the birth, and the young wife ended up dying. But Rubens continued happy after holding the son he always wanted in his arms. The night fell, and Rubens started to witness a lot of weird things. Outside the house, he heard footsteps, noises, whistles, wind, thunders. But when he looked through the window, there was nothing. The noises continued, the window started to shake, and Rubens decided to look through it again. But this time, he saw Maria, her walking in the direction of the house wearing bloody clothes. Rubens couldn't believe what he was seeing and stayed a few seconds in shock caused by emotion. When he looked again, Maria wasn't walking towards the house anymore. She was leaving, walking calmly with Rubens' baby in her arms. He got desperate and ran looking for Maria and his baby, but couldn't find them. The day was done, and Rubens put all the slaves in search of his baby, which was found by the trees where Maria's body was also found. The baby was intact, no bruises, wearing clean clothes, only a red ribbon with Maria's name was found tying up the baby's foot. After that night, Rubens took more care of his son, not letting him go out to farm or having any contact with people who weren't of his trust. But even with that, the child started having weird attitudes, killing small animals off the farm, scratching himself, and standing next to his father's bed while he was sleeping at night, leaving gifts like the heads of the animals that he killed in the desk near the bed. On his 10th birthday, the child walked to his father's room to watch him as he slept. Rubens woke up to his footsteps and got scared when he saw Maria next to him. Rubens was terrified in complete shock. After some time in silence, Maria started talking, with a voice that wasn't hers. It sounded like a beast saying a few words with difficulty, words that said that Reuben's son would get worse, and the only way to slow it down was giving him a baby for each birthday that he completed. Scared of Maria and of losing his only child, Reuben searched and kidnapped a child each year and found him dead the next day on the same place that Maria's body was found. But that wasn't enough. The animals that Reuben's son was killing started to get bigger until one day Reuben's turn had come. But until today, children disappear mysteriously and are found by the trees in the farm.